Indestructible Gaming. Select your character. Musket Shot. Mr. K. Let the battle begin. Get ready for a battle unknown. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Indestructible Gaming and More. I'm Musket Shot. Alongside me is Mr. K. Mr. K, hello. It's been a long time.
Yeah, a long time no see. We're back.
Yep, take some time off.
Yeah, we've been playing games and trying to get the best of experiences so we can tell you folks.
Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to do, you came up with the idea of what if they had a Marvel versus DC fighting type game?
Yeah,
Or
we
would you-
figured we'd try something different. We have, there's a bunch of fighting games that are coming out now and that I'm pretty excited for. But we figured we'd try something different and something that's probably not going to be done anytime soon, maybe in the distant future. But
Mhm.
I don't think right now. Maybe. But we figured we'd try take on a Marvel versus DC fighting game.
Yeah, it's probably
Cool, but-
unlikely that they'll join forces for something like this, but I mean, they
Although
did do
Disney-
it for, they did do it for, I think, a comic book series years ago.
I mean, honestly, Disney's kind of missing out. You know how much money they would get for that kind of game?
Yeah, but they don't own.
People would buy that up.
Well, they got to
People
own,
would eat
dude.
that.
Yeah, they'd have to own DC too. They don't own DC yet, so.
Well, I mean, they can ask for permission of the use of the characters. I mean,
yeah,
if DC's working with them as well.
Yeah, I don't think they are though. I think.
No, I can't see them ever working together, especially when
Yeah.
it comes to Disney.
Yeah, well, I think Warner Brothers wouldn't want to do that, so do their own thing. But yeah.
Well, we
all right.
figured we try something different and
Yeah.
come up with a certain amount of fighters, a total of 26. So and we did special DLC characters, and we also did maps as well.
Mhm.
We're not gonna go super in depth with the characters. We're not gonna spend like 20 minutes on a whole character unless we have really good ideas for them and want to talk about it.
All right.
But so there's not gonna be much description of certain characters that really don't need it.
Right.
You can
Mm-hmm.
probably already think of a couple.
Yeah. I mean, your list is probably. I think. it'll be
Although we
surprising.
try to choose the most unique, we try to make it unique. So we
Yeah.
didn't try to take the most, I guess, the most iconic or the most overused.
Yeah, I tried to avoid a lot of that though. I tried to go a little bit different, but there are some.
Yeah,
common,
same with
I think.
same with mine. I mean, we have to be a little realistic with it, I guess, because
Right.
if it's a Marvel versus DC game, of course you're gonna have Spider-Man. Sorry, spoilers.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's on both of our lists, if I'm not wrong.
We'll see.
Unless I don't know, unless Musket Shot pulls out like Miles Morales or like I don't know, Spider-Gwen or I don't know. Well, we'll
Yeah.
see. We're about to find out.
Yeah. All right.
But we have four DLCs per side as well. We didn't do rules on that one, unlike the 26. The 26 is divided. There's 13 per each side. And
Mhm.
so yeah, and like I said, we have the 12 stages, and we also have the additional 4 stages
All right.
that come with DLC.
Yep.
Note that the DLC does not have to be affiliated with the character. I mean the stage, that is. But yeah, without further ado, I guess we'll get started. You want to go first?
Yeah. I can go first here.
You want to do Marvel first or DC?
We're gonna do Marvel first.
All right.
So first one I got, and this is sort of in alphabetical order for me. Just that's the only way I had it for most of it. Abomination is my first one. Kind of a bruiser, like the Hulk, but big like him, strong like him. But I think he could be beat. One of the things I forgot about him is that he doesn't revert to human form, so he's just like a monster and that's it. So, I don't know if like Hulk is in any other. I don't. I know he's in like the Marvel versus Capcom games and stuff like that, but he doesn't like revert back to Bruce Banner at any point in time, does he?
That would be funny though.
Yeah, it would be, huh?
Doing a
He
little
reverts
punch
back
does
to
1% of damage.
he reverts back to Bruce Banner, then gets a snot kicked out of him.
Slap fights.
Yeah, he just runs away, and that's it.
Trips
But
on
yeah,
a rock.
so Abomination was one of my first characters.
Yeah, I definitely do like that. Abomination isn't really that much different from the Hulk, is he? I don't know if he's like, does he have different
No.
abilities?
I think he's a little bit different, but not too much. I mean, he also has the gamma radiation and stuff like that in him. So I think he's pretty similar to the Hulk. I don't know like everything about Abomination, but other than that, it's really the Hulk's probably toughest villain, I would think. Maybe there's tougher ones. I don't know. There's always
Is
like
Re-
somebody that is like,
I mean,
they-
there's Red Hulk. Is Red Hulk stronger than Abomination?
I don't know.
What is the strength chart of the Hulks? I need to know now. Which Hulk is the
Uh-huh.
strongest Hulk?
I don't know. I have to look it
Is
up.
Hulk the strongest Hulk because he's the original?
Probably. See, Marvel and DC, they all do this. They make these side characters. Oh, there's Red Hulk, there's Green Hulk, there's Blue Hulk, there's She Hulk, and they're like all like the same character pretty much. And suppose just because we want to create a new cartoon, a new comic,
It's
so
kind of
let's
funny
create
because they
another
did it
one.
before the it's funny because they did it like before the whole like different dimensions and all that were going to play. Because you could have
Yeah.
just done that easily and it would have been the same exact thing.
Right.
You could have
Yeah.
had these Hulks come in just from different universes where they were the Hulk, and it probably wouldn't even make a difference.
Yeah.
They would be
Yeah.
acting the same. They would be still
Yeah.
the same Hulk.
Right. Yeah, that's why it's like, these comics and even the movies and stuff like that, where they kill off a character, it's like they don't really kill them off. They're just gonna bring them back from some other
Yeah, or they'll just make another
multi-universe.
different comic or something
You
with them in
know,
it, or
it's like Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse is like, oh, there's Peter Parker and some other multi-universe. Who cares? It's like, you made a mistake. You killed off the character. You thought it'd be a good idea, and then you got screwed, and the public didn't like it. So now they like, oh, well, he's not really dead. This is a Peter Parker in a different multi-universe. It's like Marvel and DC. It's how they fix things. Instead of just dealing with it and going, yep, yeah, we killed the character off. He's dead.
well, I've
Kill
noticed
him
with
alive.
like Marvel, it's kind of like they do it based off the story.
Mhm.
But when DC does it and kills off a character, that's like it's like when Marvel does it, they kill off the character and then they continue it, usually with them coming back in a certain way,
Mhm.
whether it be like realistic or ridiculous. But when
Yeah.
DC does it, it's like usually they don't come back. Usually that's just the end until they do like a new comic with the certain character.
Yeah.
Like same goes for like the movies. Usually by Marvel, you see, oh, this character's gonna come. Usually, if you watch like the animated DC movies, they're dead. Any character
Yeah.
that you see down screen, they're gonna be dead. They ain't coming
Right.
back. This ain't Marvel. Then
Right.
no door is gonna open, and they're gonna be like, I'm from this dimension.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I mean, I know they've done it with like the Flash, of course. They've done it with CW and all that, but
yeah.
but
I think
at least they end it when they actually need to end it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They do it more often than Marvel does.
Right.
Marvel just
Yeah.
kind of clings on to the same characters and holds their will. And if they want to move on from that character, they just make a new character with the same abilities as that old character.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and
what I'm beginning to notice.
Yeah. Well, and they also the I mean, looking through all these lists, and we should get going on this list here, but because we're getting sidetracked. But looking at both of these organizations, Marvel and DC, there are so many characters that are almost exactly the same.
That is true.
It's like, okay, you got Superman in the DC world. Well, Wonder Woman is just as strong as Superman, and then there's this character, and then this character, and this character, and they're just as strong. And it's like, oh, okay, Thanos was supposed to be the this wicked strong guy, but now Kang's better than him, and then this character's. It's like, come on, pick somebody who's the best, and just go with it. You killed off the best guy. Who cares? So what?
It really is the test of the mightiest.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, please. So Kang's better than Thanos, and it's like, really? Okay. It's like, oh my god. All right, so who do you have for a Marvel character?
I'll do it. I'll do the one I spoiled at the beginning, real quick and simple. I chose Spider-Man. Big surprise. Spider-Man swooping in as my first pick of Marvel.
Yeah,
you gotta have the
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he is the Peter Parker Spider-Man, and he's the iconic one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he's Spider-Man.
Cool.
Yeah, not much really to say about that.
Yep.
I mean,
all right. My next one is Beast from X-Men. I don't think he doesn't really get used in any games really. I mean, but he's a interesting character because he's so agile. He can jump around and do different things, and I think it'd be fun to play him as a character like that.
He would be a very ferocious character.
Jump and flip, be able to grab people, throw them around, and do stuff and grab things. And he's strong, and he doesn't have he doesn't have super abilities like he can shoot things at people or do things. But I mean, he's quick and he's smart, and he's agile. So I think it'd be a pretty fun character to play.
Yeah, he seems like a very well. His name is Beast, so I mean.
Yeah.
One can only imagine how his moveset could be.
Right.
I'm kind of imagining Blanca from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Just with a beast skin over it. But my first couple of characters are gonna be a little bland. I did it from heroes to villains.
Mm-hmm.
So the next character I chose was Hulk, because Hulk, Marvel. I don't think the more interesting ones will come later.
Well, that's good because then you can have a Hulk and Abomination fight.
Yeah, exactly.
You really see who the strongest is.
Yeah. So, who's your next?
All right, my next character is Carnage. Kind of a cool character. I think. I mean, it's basically
he's kind of
Venom, but I mean.
No, he's a lot more different than Venom. He's my favorite one of the symbiotes.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, he's a lot more agile than Venom, and he's a lot more dangerous than Venom. He doesn't have he doesn't completely have Venom's strength, but he's more chaotic than Venom, so he's bound for more destruction than him.
Yeah.
So he's a lot more dangerous in that aspect.
Yeah, and he's more apt to just destroy everything in his path instead of. I mean, Venom will too.
Venom at least has an actual thought process.
Yeah.
Carnage is just kill to kill.
Yeah,
he does not hold back.
Yeah, he's just an alien symbiote.
He doesn't even have to have someone have him as a suit, unlike Venom. He can just be his own.
Right.
Which is even more dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carnage is a cool pick.
All right, what's your next one?
My next one is I think my last boring one, at least, Thor.
Okay.
Thor, the god of thunder, of course. He wields the hammer, of course, and
is it the regular Thor or the Jane Thor?
Jane Thor?
Yeah, the woman who becomes Thor.
Oh, I guess normal Thor.
Normal Thor. Okay. Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of She Thor. Wait, what is that her actual name? She Thor?
I don't know. I think it's just Thor.
No, is it just
No,
Thor?
yeah, I think it was just Thor. Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, it's like I get it if you want to
You can't just
create.
stop being the god of thunder.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand about that whole concept. But that's just me. It's not a. I don't know. It just seems weird. Just kill off the character.
Yeah.
You know, if
Or at
Odin
least
can
make
die, if
or at least
Odin,
make the new person have like unique abilities different than Thor.
right?
I'm pretty sure she does the same exact things as him.
Yeah, I mean, if Odin can die, he can die. So I mean, just
True.
kill him off. You know,
Spoilers.
just kill him off, and then then she can take over, something like that. But you know,
I don't know why. I don't know. They could have made her more unique. Give her like a vibranium hammer or something. I don't know.
maybe.
Make a mo. What is it? Mo. How do you pronounce it? Moir. More. More.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Is.
We just call him Mew Mew.
Yeah. If we
Okay.
keep trying, the podcast will last 30, 40 minutes tops.
Yeah,
30
yeah,
more. 30 or 40 more.
yeah. It just sounds like he's calling a cat or something like that when he calls it.
Meow near.
Yeah. All right. My next one is Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I was thinking of putting them on my list, but I didn't have
Yeah.
enough room.
Yeah, he's definitely my wife and I. He's one of our favorite characters of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, but I think of the Marvel MCU universe in general. I mean it's just a brute, but he's funny, he's good. It's kind of a doofus, but it's just a fun character to root for. So I think it'd be a fun character to play in a game like this with all
Oh
his
yeah,
strengths and stuff.
he would be a very enjoyable character to play because
Yeah.
he's crazy when it comes to combat.
Yeah. I mean, he just jumps right into it. And so I think, and you can give him like different weapons or he can just be pounding on you with his fists or something like that. But I mean, you give him a couple of knives or something like that, and you can just totally see him just going full on both arms, flailing about. What's your next one?
My next one is Mr. Fantastic
Ooh,
because
Mr. Fantastic.
I figured it'd be a fun game if I included a stretchy guy
Yeah.
going around punching people from long distances, kind of like Dalsum from Street Fighter, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You fit perfectly.
Yeah, and I will say that actually, just to get caught up on it, I also had Spider-Man on my list and Mr. Fantastic as well. So two of the same there. So yeah, I
Well,
like
if that's the case, then if we're gonna announce that, well then I guess I have one to say too. I also had Carnage on my list.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
I did. So that's three.
Yeah. So I think I think Mr. Fantastic's a good choice because I think he would be fun if he can do all the stretching and stuff like that. I mean,
Oh yeah, especially when he can manipulate his body into like objects.
Yeah,
that
different
could be
objects
fun.
and different things. Yeah, I could become like a ramp or like a something to bounce off of.
Turn into a tennis racket and beat them.
He can turn into a big ball and roll over him, or we can stretch his arm one side of the screen and come out the other side, punch the guy.
His
in the back
grab
of the head.
distance would be crazy.
Oh yeah, it'd be awesome. I mean, it'd be fun to have him fight like something like Hulk or Abomination, where they get a hold of him and then just tie him up into a knot or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Which but that would be that would be a good choice. My next character, actually going a little, I don't want to say old school, but old school cartoon on TV was Firestar. The girl that's Peter Parker's friend and comrade in arms there on the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends show.
Oh, okay.
She turns into Firestar character. So yeah, I thought it was something different,
It's a pretty cool pick.
She's kind of like I'm some people. I'm sure people know of the character, but it's just kind of a forgotten character. I think Iceman is probably more well known than she is. So yeah, so I thought, let's throw her in there. She's kind of cool. I can't imagine her being super strong, but someone sprays her with water, she's probably gonna fall like around. But yeah, it could be one of those characters that you either love her or hate her in the
Yeah,
game.
that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah. All right,
For
what do you got?
I was wrong. This is my last boring character. Iron Man. The
Okay.
man of iron himself.
Yeah. I mean, he's not necessarily boring, but I mean, he's got a lot of power and
He's like the
stuff.
iconic one. I'm not saying he's boring. He's like
Yeah.
kind of like the must pick, you know?
Right.
You
Right.
kind of have, if you're going for like a kind of realistic, you kind of have to put him in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The
Okay.
Iron Man, yeah.
All right. Next one for me is Ghost Rider.
Ah, I
think
was
he's
thinking of putting him on my list.
yeah, I just think I mean he's a cool character and I mean, you can use the motorcycle or use it without or have him without the motorcycle. I think obviously I think the motorcycle would be cool as like one of those things where he just like a special move type thing.
It might
Or
be in Marvel
or
vs.
all of a sudden
Capcom.
yeah, well like all of a sudden he's on the motorcycle and just like runs you over left and right and or flies and I mean something like that. And he's got the chain and all the other stuff. So I mean, I
Yeah,
think he'd be
the costumes would be pretty cool too.
yeah, and there's I think there's some very different versions of him that you could
Oh
probably
yeah, there's plenty.
do. So I think that would be a pretty neat character to use. So what do you got for next one?
My next character is the Howard the Duck.
Okay, yeah,
He hasn't really been
cult
doing much
following.
lately. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's been in some couple of Marvel movies as like a cameo here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't really done anything with him, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like he'd be a fun, unique character. You can give him guns, you can give him the ability of quack fu, as he calls it.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah. He definitely would have to be like the older version.
Oh yeah. I'm going.
Not the one from the 80s movie where he's kind of lame.
Oh no, I'm going for
You
the
know.
one that drinks and
Yeah, smokes a cigar.
shoots. Yeah, smokes a cigar,
Yeah.
has the suit on, does
Yeah,
some quack
yeah.
fu, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that Howard.
Yes. Yeah. I like it. The next one would be Groot. Not baby Groot, regular Groot. I don't
Just
want
regular Groot.
just regular old Groot. Just with all his abilities. What would be a good matchup with Groot would be Mr. Fantastic and Groot.
That would be
both,
cool.
Using both their abilities of stretching
They
things.
both grow and they can both
Yeah.
I mean Groot can kind of morph
Yeah, kind of.
to an extent,
Yeah.
but
But I think Groot would be a fun character to play with, especially if you could do some like special abilities where he grows more than just like the two arms,
I can
like all of a
imagine him
sudden.
being a very slow character.
Yeah, definitely not a speedy character. You're not gonna be able to run with him. Like it would be, very much a plotting
I can imagine him being a
character.
very slow character, but his combos could be very good
Yeah,
because I can probably see a move where he, I don't know, puts his hand in the ground and makes like a bunch of vines come out from below to attack
yeah,
you.
to attack him. Yeah,
And he can follow
grab.
that up with like, I don't know, like a whip vine attack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can probably heal himself too, maybe.
Yeah, right. All right, what do you got next?
Groot would be very cool.
Yeah.
The next character I have is Blade, the vampire hunter.
Oh, okay.
I figured he'd be pretty neat to have in the game. You don't really see much
Yep.
Blade. I mean, he's been getting a lot more recognition now than he used to. He's in Marvel's Midnight Suns, and he's also in the new upcoming Blade reboot.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I have him on the list as well. Like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the new movie. Because the original movies that they did of him but pretty good.
I liked the original movies. They had a
Yeah.
charm to it.
Yeah. And I'm
And Blade's
surprised
just
they
an
haven't-
overall cool character, honestly.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Did they have a series for him as well? Or like a TV series?
No, but he has
Yeah, I'm
shown up in he has shown up in Disney shows before.
Right. Yeah. I'm
Like
surprised
the
they don't.
Amazing Spider-Man on Disney XD. He had an episode with him.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't remember that, but yeah. Surprised they haven't come out with like at least a small series with him.
Oh, I would like a small series with him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
All right.
But yeah, Blade is just yeah. What's your next character?
I'm going one of Spider-Man's favorite villains, Hobgoblin.
Ah,
I don't know. I like the Hobgoblin with his pumpkins and stuff like that, and his little his thing that he could fly around on and stuff. I mean, he's not much different than
Green Goblin.
the Green Goblin. But I do like the Hobgoblin better than the Green Goblin. I just think the costume is better looking. I don't know why, but
He looks
but I
more like
think
a goblin, I guess.
yeah, I think that's probably why I like it. And I didn't. I mean, the Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movie was okay, but it was a little too, I don't know, futuristic looking. I didn't really like it as much. I don't know why they have to like change the character's costume so differently sometimes. I mean, it was could have and just stick with the original stuff. Why screw around? But they do. But yeah, I like Hobgoblin. I think it'd be fun to throw, have pumpkins that he can throw around and explode and different
Yeah.
things, and
It would be
know,
fun to
some of
fly
his other
around.
fly around on his little thing as a, maybe as a special move type thing, and so it'll be fun. All right, what's your next one?
My next one is Gambit. I thought Gambit would be a
Ooh.
pretty cool pick.
Yeah, I was thinking about him, but then I said, nah, I'm not gonna go with him. But yeah, I definitely
And-
he's another one that's kind of has like a cult following.
I can see him being a very fun character with him throwing his cards and beating you
Yeah.
up with the bow staff.
Yeah, and then he's gonna
Doing-
have that New Orleans accent and stuff.
Oh yeah. But he seemed like he'd be a fun, fast character
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
with
definitely.
some distance attacks as well.
Right. Yeah. My next one is Juggernaut,
Ah,
Dr. Xavier's brother there. He's just a beast. I mean, he's just one of those characters you can just run around and smash. I don't think he's got like any other real major abilities other than smashing everything, right?
yeah. I don't think he'd fare much different from the Hulk, but I mean,
Well, I think, yeah, I think
or like from or Abomination, but they have made Hulk and Juggernaut be in the same game, and they have had different move sets, so they could do that.
right.
It would
Yeah,
work.
Yeah, I look at Juggernaut as like he could be like one of those big
Maybe he can headbutt
fat
more.
wrestlers from like the 80s, Oh,
Yeah, maybe
He
he can
just squashes
suplex you, or
Yeah. He's got, like,
rams you with his head.
yeah, he rams you and he's got like wrestling moves, that type
Maybe
of
he can
thing.
be like
but-
Bane, breaks your back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's your next one?
My next character is Deadpool.
Okay, yep,
You
I had Deadpool as well.
Might as well have the jokester in there.
Mm-hmm.
Have some fun with some fourth wall breaking, and he's overall just a fun character. So
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you can have him doing some fourth wall stuff like in the middle of the fight and stuff like that, saying certain things.
oh yeah, just like they did in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep.
You might as well just include him,
Yeah,
especially
It's,
since he's getting a third movie.
I know, yeah. Which I'm hoping that it'll be good. I don't know.
Same.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, all right, my next one is Craven the Hunter.
Ah,
So I don't know. He's kind of like good guy villain type. I don't know.
he's like a bounty hunter, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
it
kind of
is
like
the
in
name.
between. He's kind of like in between. So yeah, I mean I know he's strong and he does have some weapons and stuff. I don't know how he would fight in the game, but
I feel
think
like
it'd
he'd be more trap essential. I feel like you would
Yeah,
set up traps and have them go off, or have like a parry move,
right. Yeah, something like that for his special moves or something.
because
like
he
that.
is very
It's-
combat aesthetic,
Yeah.
and the whole point of him is that he hunts, so he would definitely get to know his opponent before attacking him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I feel like he would definitely have like a counter move
Right.
along with those trap moves.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'd be kind of neat. I don't. He's I mean, obviously, him and Spider-Man go back and forth. So, but I could see him, having some good matches with some of the other characters. So,
Oh yeah, I want to see a fight with him and Howard the Duck.
yeah, yeah, he's just make him saying all kinds of stuff, trying to get Howard the Duck. It's duck season.
Yeah.
Get in my trap. All right, what else you got?
My next character, I figured I'd try to go for a character that's also kind of in the middle. Funny enough, I went for Man Thing.
Man Thing. Okay, what is Man Thing? I think I've heard of it.
He comes from the swamp. He's
Okay.
He's covered in, I don't know, I guess mush. He's covered in grassy mush, and he has like big red eyes. He's kind of like a monster, kind of a misunderstood creature.
Okay.
But I think he is a man who has actual thoughts. You just can't understand him.
Oh, okay. Can't understand his talk.
Kind of like
or...
you can't really understand his talk. I think he talks like telepathically or something like that. I could be mistaken. Kind of like Marvel's version of Swamp Thing.
Okay. All right, that's what I was wondering. Yeah. Okay.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, I figured he'd be pretty cool. He'd be a little different. And I guess that'd be a good cabal for Groot because they both kind of deal with some kind of woods.
Right.
One deals with a swamp, one deals with trees. I feel like that'd be a pretty neat fight. Yeah,
definitely. Next one is for me is Mysterio, who's a villain for Spider-Man a lot of times. Looks like he's got a round fishbowl on his head.
I was thinking of putting Mysterio on my list, but
he's got a lot of different. He doesn't have like a lot of different weapons, but he's pretty good at trapping and fighting Spider-Man.
He can definitely do some abilities where he tricks the player.
Right.
Like maybe he can make another version of himself that he can control as well, but goes away after a punch.
Right. Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, invisibility or something like that. And of course, flying, because he can do that.
Yeah. All right. What do you got next?
My next character is this one you're gonna like a lot because I thought it'd be very funny. Fing Fang Foom. I thought it'd be funny to have the purple shorts wearing dragon in the game.
I know I've heard of the character. What is it from?
Well, a lot of characters have interacted with Fing Fang Foom. I guess Thor fights Fing Fang Foom.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I guess so. I'm not sure, but
okay. Like I said, I know I've heard of that character.
I guess it's also a villain in the Hulk. Like I said, it's all like an all-rounder character.
All-around character, yeah.
But he's normally gigantic, but I can definitely see them like shrinking him down a little bit, but just big enough so that they can just pan the camera back up just a tiny bit to show how big he is. But I feel like he could be very fun, slow-moving, but very heavy-hitting character.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to do a lot of combos, but he would definitely be able to chip HP off.
Right, yeah.
Oh, and it would just be fun, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. My next one is Nightcrawler.
Wait, is this your last one, or is the next one your last one?
No, next one.
Okay. Nightcrawler. I like Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Yeah, Nightcrawler, I liked him in X-Men, and I always thought they should have put him in the movies and stuff like that. And I can't remember if they did. But I think he's one of those kind of underrated characters that I don't think use enough in the X-Men series. So
I can definitely see him being also a very fast character.
Yeah, and with his invisibility, and
he can just be. He's also just super quick, just naturally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's one of those characters characters that's going to be able to beat everybody up in a game. If you played them as a like a whole series type of thing where you had to go down each character, I think you would have a hard time beating certain characters with him. But maybe if you played the character right, you could go pretty far with him.
Oh yeah. Easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah. Yep.
So my last character, I did something unique.
Mm-hmm.
I actually made a character from Marvel and combined it with something from DC to make a unique character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like an original character. It's like an upgrade to an already existing character.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tell you who it is, and I want you to give like, I don't know, 3 guesses of what from DC could he be, get a upgrade from.
Okay.
All right. So the character is Spider-Man. You have 3 guesses.
So the character is from Spider-Man?
No. The character Spider-Man is using something from DC.
Oh.
What is he using?
He's using something from DC.
Yeah. I thought this was a pretty cool idea and unique for a fighting game. If you're going to have a crossover, it'd be pretty cool to have a character that does best of both worlds. Kinda.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what would work with him from DC.
Let me know if you give up.
Like Green Lantern's ring.
Oh my God. Okay, first try. Damn. All right. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I named him Web Lighter. And I thought it'd go pretty well because one thing about Peter Parker is that he never gives up. So that's like the whole definition of the Green Lantern ring, hope.
Yeah.
So imagine how Spider-Man's already very powerful as it is. Imagine the power he would have if he held a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah.
He would be limitless.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd be a very cool character for a fighting game.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I can do like Captain America or something like that. But I was like, I feel like Spider-Man should get it. I feel like it'd be better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you like take it as a story too. I feel like even if Batman wanted to use it, I feel like Spider-Man would still like say he'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
All right. Now we move on to the DC.
So did we do our DLCs or?
We'll do our DLCs last, I guess.
Okay.
Or before this. Or we'll do after the stages.
All right. Okay. Okay. So how about you go first this time and I'll go second.
All right. Well, it's going to be a boring start. Batman.
Okay.
Face of DC.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Typical Batman.
Yep, Batman.
All right. So I'll go with my first one being a Plastic Man.
Oh, I had that on my list.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely could see Plastic Man and Mr. Fantastic battling it out. Like
that's what that's what I wanted to see.
Who would win? I mean, like that would be.
They both have the same abilities.
Yeah.
Just one's more free than the other.
It's just so funny how both Marvel and DC have basically almost the same type of characters.
That's why the concept of a Marvel versus DC fighting game is like such a cool idea. Because you have so many characters that are alike, it really begs the question, who would win? And that's what makes it the most intriguing.
Right. Yep.
But,
so Plastic Man would be one of mine.
Yeah, I really like Plastic Man, especially from Brave and the Bold. I really liked that show.
Yep.
But for my next DC character, I, of course, have Green Lantern. You probably expected that I can't have Spider-Man having a Green Lantern ring without Green Lantern being in the roster.
Yep, I have Green Lantern as well. So
it'd be confusing if he wasn't in the story and Spider-Man just got a hold of one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, what happened? Batman planted it in his back pocket?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Um,
but yeah, who's your next DC character?
next one would be Lobo.
Oh, I have Lobo too. That's funny.
So Lobo, you can see Lobo is
Lobo
kind of
in
like
Injustice was really fun to play.
yeah, and then
But Lobo versus Ghost Rider would be a really
you
cool fight.
can have their motorcycles slam into each other and see which one gets injured. Yeah, I think Lobo would be kind of good fight for Ghost Rider.
Or
Be interesting.
Deadpool.
Yeah, yeah, it would
I
be
would like to
interesting
see
to see
that
that
battle.
fight. Yeah. So that was my next one.
After that, I have the Flash,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, I was decisive on which speedster to choose,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of just wanted the Flash. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say now I don't have Wonder Woman on my list, so or Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wanted to have just another plain Justice League member in there just to make
Mm-hmm.
up for it. And I feel like the
Right.
Flash felt like he was good.
Yeah.
He's a fun character overall in any fighting game he's in.
Yeah.
So he'd be enjoyable.
Yeah. So I do have Wonder Woman. You mentioned her, so
Ah,
I figured
she was
yeah, I
originally
think
my list. I will say
yeah,
that. And then I switched
yeah.
her out for someone.
Okay. But we know how she fights, and she's been in plenty of fighting games, including the Warner Brothers game there. So
Multiverses.
multiverses, yeah. Okay.
But my next character is well, Superman, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be a game without Superman. It's kind of the same thing what happened with the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know which Superman to choose, but I just felt like just to go for straight Superman. Just
Yeah.
normal Superman.
Okay. On a kind of a opposite of that, I went with Supergirl. Just because of the whole CW series there they had of her.
Do you
So
prefer Superman or Supergirl?
I'm not I don't think it matters to me. I'm not
I
a
don't really know
huge
much the difference between their personalities, so I don't
yeah.
know which one, how different they are personality
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah, I think just
I figured they
to
just
be
are the same kind of personality, the
right.
goody
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
must save everyone,
I think to
protect.
be different, I would just probably choose Supergirl just because it would be, different than Superman. So that's it.
They did
Okay.
that in Injustice 2,
Yeah.
except they had both of them.
Oh, yeah.
But I think this is when my characters get more. Oh, okay, one more. Then my characters get real interesting.
Hmm.
Of course, there can't be a DC roster without Joker.
Yes. Yep. I have him as well.
Can't
Yep.
have you can't exclude him. He's a must have.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah.
have a bunch of fun costumes, and then just an overall fun character too. Imagine him fighting Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The jokes coming back and forth on each other. Yeah. That'd be pretty
Do you think
interesting.
Deadpool drive him crazy?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think,
Now I really want to know who won that
yeah,
battle.
I think that'd be a tough one. Yeah. I think both of them will tick each other off, with their comments and stuff like that. So I have, talking about Swamp character and the Marvel, I had Swamp Thing.
Oh, that's funny. Now we can see who's in charge of the swamp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think Swamp Thing is just, again, that's another one that's sort of, I think, a kind of a cult favorite. I mean, the movie was pretty decent back in the 80s, and I think the comics have always done pretty well. And then I know they've used the character in the DC universe on the cartoons every once in a while. So, but yeah, like you said, it'd be fun to have Swamp Thing and Groot go at it, or Swamp Thing and Man Thing, and
Yeah, that'd be
you know
really fun.
see who the winner is out of that.
All right. My next character is I think you'll like this one. The Question.
Oh, okay. It's the guy without any face, right?
Yeah. I
Mhm.
figured I'd include a guy that doesn't really have any powers. He's just really curious.
Yeah, he's like a detective, right? Or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hmm.
But I figured it'd be interesting just having a guy fisticuffing everyone.
Yeah, yeah, why not? I mean, the Marvel versus Capcom one, they had what
They did have
uh
Phoenix Wright, and
Phoenix
he's a
Wright, right?
lawyer.
And he's just a lawyer, so I mean, what the heck? Why not? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
At least the question is more fit for it, at least.
Yeah. Okay. I have Aquaman on my list
Ah.
because I don't think he gets used that often in these games.
He
Um,
was in every Injustice game. I don't. He's not in
yeah,
multiverses, but he might
right.
get into it.
Yeah,
I
I
could
think
see it.
it'd be funny that just every once in a while, like a special move or do a certain thing, and he calls up like a whale or a shark or something like that,
Yeah,
and just
he
comes out of
takes that
nowhere and
dolphin by the tail and swings it around him like a
smacks you in the face
sword.
with it. Yeah,
Throws fish at you from the distance. Oh no,
yeah,
a
right.
starfish.
Yeah,
That would be funny.
yeah.
My next character is I don't know if you've watched the show, but have you seen oh now I can't remember the name of the actual show. Anyways, Robot Man.
Robot
So
Man. No, no, I'm
played
not familiar
played
with.
by Brendan Fraser from the
No,
show.
no, not familiar with that one.
He's oh, now I'm gonna have to look it up because now I can't remember the name of it. It's a really good show. It's on HBO Max. It's
Hmm.
Doom Patrol. There it is. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
comic he's from, and he's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much just a robot with a human brain in it, and he's a good guy.
Oh, okay.
And in the show, he's voiced by Brendan Fraser. So it'd be funny if it was just a robot with Brendan Fraser's voice
Hmm.
beating up
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
Also, the character design is just cool as is.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
remember if he has any other special powers, but he might.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So my next one, I'm gonna go with one that's sort of I don't know. I think it has sort of a cult following as well. Batman Beyond.
That's a pretty cool pick. I like that.
Yeah, because he's got obviously he's got all the Batman stuff, but he's also got like newer, more high tech gadgets.
I always like the design of Batman Beyond as well. I really like his suit.
Yeah, yeah,
I like
yeah.
how he actually is supposed to like blend in with the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I thought he'd be an interesting pick, something that you haven't really seen yet in a lot of the fighting games between the two.
It would be
Um,
pretty cool seeing him.
yeah, I think so too.
My next character is Etrigan the Demon.
Oh yeah, I have him too. That's funny.
Oh, that's really funny. That's like a character that's no one really talks about him too much.
Yeah, I mean, quite a few comics out with him in it, and he had quite a big series there. And
I
then,
find him a really cool character. I can imagine him slashing up people with his sword and fire
yeah,
breath, I think.
yep, yep. While he reads a poem or mentions a
Yeah, he
poem,
talks in rhymes. It'd be
talks
funny.
some rhymes, yeah, as he's slicing you in half at the end.
Yeah.
Another character I have is Gorilla Grodd.
I like Grodd, but I didn't want to put him in because he's already been in the Injustice games. Yeah, you can say that for a
Yeah,
couple of my other characters, but
yeah, right.
I do like
Yeah,
Gorilla Grodd, though. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot that he was in the Injustice games too. Yeah,
He is a cool character.
yeah, yep. All
Uh,
right, what do you?
for my next character, I chose Deathstroke.
Okay, nice.
I thought it'd be interesting because Deadpool was a
Mm-hmm.
parody of Deathstroke
Okay,
originally.
yeah,
So I thought it'd be interesting. Who's the better assassin,
yeah,
Deathstroke or Deadpool?
yeah, right.
Kind of
Okay,
goes with the rivalry kind of thing going on.
yeah.
Who's your next character?
Beast Boy.
I was going to put Beast Boy on my list. I was so close to, and then I changed my mind.
Yeah, and that's one of the few of the Teen Titans that I
I
think
really
would
want
be.
him to be in a fighting game.
Yeah, I think he could make be a fun character. As long as you can, have him turn into several different, beasts.
Well, in the
Um,
Teen Titans show they had on Cartoon Network, he morphed into them like super fast.
yeah,
Like it was
exactly.
almost instant. So they can
Yeah,
definitely do that.
yeah. Well, my concern would be that they only allow you to morph into like one or two
Oh
different
yeah,
characters. I mean,
I'm sure there'd be like a
you'd,
cooldown.
yeah,
They wouldn't make it unfair.
right. Yeah, you'd want to be able to turn them in, be able to turn into several different characters.
If any creature could be chosen, I definitely want a T-Rex form.
Oh yeah, definitely.
T-Rex form for sure.
Yep, yep. Okay.
But my next character, I was thinking, I'm like, well, if I'm gonna make this a little bit of story based kind of thing going on,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have a reason why these worlds collided. So I thought of a character that would be really fun and weird and wacky, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time very powerful. I chose and I'm gonna pronounce this horribly wrong. I always do. Mr. Zixelplick.
Oh, Mitzelblick? Or yeah, yeah, I know
Yeah,
who you talked about, the little weird character.
yeah. I thought he'd be
Yes,
awesome for the game.
mischievous character. Yeah.
You
I'm
can
trying to
float
think of
around as him. You can probably do some attack magic, of course.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of who he'd be good at fighting. You had another character on the Marvel world that would probably be a good character to fight with, right?
I don't for like magic.
Yeah,
You don't really, I
maybe
don't
not.
think I
No.
named any characters that had
Oh,
magic.
okay. Maybe I was just I don't know what. Oh, who he could be a good character to fight would be Howard the Duck.
Oh, that would be a funny fight.
Because he'd probably tick off Howard the Duck pretty much.
I
Because Howard the Duck just kind of like running around shooting and just like, just die.
don't even think Howard the Duck would win that situation. I don't, does he have a lisp? I can't remember.
Who, Mitzelblick?
No, Howard the Duck.
Oh, I don't think so. No, no, I don't think
Okay,
so.
I was gonna say if he did, then he wouldn't be able to even say his name backwards.
Right, right, right. Yeah. Yeah, he was in a lot of the old cartoons there, the Super Friends cartoons. They always
I've
had him
al-
in. I don't
I've
know
always
why.
liked his character. He was always like the mischievous,
Hmm.
interdimensional being.
Yeah. All right. I got Clayface.
I was all that was also a character that was close to my list.
Yeah. I think it's just because of, his ability to morph and do different things and, be able to he'd be another one, it could be good fight between him and Plastic Man or him and Mr. Fantastic and stuff like that. Just,
Hmm.
interesting their abilities. It'd be interesting to see how they
Oh
all match
yeah.
up.
And he can be kind of like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat, where he can like transform himself into other fighters.
Right. Yep.
So he can probably take Marvel abilities as well as his own.
Yeah. Yep.
So that would be pretty neat to see.
Yeah.
Like imagine him giving himself Iron Man boots and just jetting
Yeah.
away.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But my last character is kind of like Weblighter, except this
Okay.
time instead of a hero, I chose a villain.
Hmm.
I want you to do the same thing, but for like the opposite direction. So I'm going to tell you the character from the DC side. I want you to tell me what they're using from the Marvel side. This one's going to be a little harder.
Okay.
All right. So the character is Joker.
Okay.
Let me know if you give up.
And they're using something from the Marvel side.
This one's a little trickier.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. I'm gonna give up right away on that.
Okay. So imagine Joker, right?
Hmm.
But with the power of Carnage.
Oh, really? Oh boy.
I figured I'd call him something unique, so I named him Fractured, like a fractured smile.
Okay.
So I'm imagining like a very like Joker's already crazy as is and maniacal
Right.
and
Yeah.
downright insane. Put a Carnage symbiote on him.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
think he'd pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, he'd probably destroy the whole city easily.
Oh yeah, especially if like I don't know if he has laughing gas abilities
Yeah.
or something like that. That'd be insane, and that's like a perfect enemy for I'm gonna say a Weblighter to fight.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a tough one. Yeah. Nice.
Like I thought it'd
Um,
be an interesting fight. What's your last one?
the last one I'm gonna go. Green Lantern's uh, evil buddy there, Sinestro.
Ah, Sinestro.
So I think you just to throw him in there, you'd have to have if you're gonna have Green Lantern, you're gonna have Sinestro. So I thought that'd be a good choice.
Yeah, I always liked Sinestro. He
Yeah.
always had that kind of smirky attitude.
Yes. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
imagine having really good conversations with the Marvel side. I don't know why, but it always comes back to Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like their conversation would be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, so those are our fighters for the DC and the Marvel side. Now we have to go on to the add-ons.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to start with Marvel or DC? There's only three each, so I mean, doesn't matter.
Let's start with DC.
All right, what do you have first?
I'm gonna go. Let me look at my list here. I'm going to go.
Oh, actually, quick thing.
Yep.
I did have Clayface as my DLC for DC, so
Oh, okay. All
I'll
right,
be
nice.
only saying two.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Captain Cold.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I like Captain Cold. He was fun in Injustice.
Yeah.
Although, personally, I prefer Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I like Captain Cold better than Mr.
I always
Freeze.
liked his dome helmet
Yeah.
and how he was a walking refrigerator.
Yeah. I'll just give you the three that I have. It's three, right?
Yeah, we have three.
Yeah. I'll just give you the three that I have. So Captain Cold. I'm gonna go also with Hawkman.
Ooh, Hawkman's pretty cool.
Yeah. And he's kind of a badass compared to, how he was in the cartoons in the 80s. He was kind of like, but he's actually pretty strong.
I almost said he was a lawyer, but that's Birdman.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a funny inclusion.
I know, right? And then my last one for DC, just because I think, I don't know why, but he was sort of a kind of a funny character that I always used to like on the Superman or Super Friends show in the 80s was Apache Chief. So
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
he grows really, really big. He says, "Oh, look, Chuck," and he grows like gigantic.
Oh, is that his
So-
only power? He just grows?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he just grows really big.
Does he have to be soaked in water first for a couple seconds?
Hey, no, and then he says something else, and then he shrinks back down to normal. So it's really,
So it's kind of like Shazam, but with growing.
Yeah. Then they had Apache Chief, and then when they did the whole Legion of Doom thing, there was a woman that could do basically the same thing, and they would always fight as big giants and stuff like that. It was really kind of like, okay, neither one of them really.
I'm assuming most of his villains are like kaijus of some kind.
I don't know if they even really had any comics of him. I don't know if they did or not. I mean, he was on the show, and
He would be
was
perfect for a Fing Fang Boom fight, though.
Yeah, probably yes. Yeah. All right. What's your other two?
My two, I think I may have mentioned you this one before, but the Detachable Man.
Detachable Man. Okay.
He's from the second Suicide Squad movie, and of course he's been in the comics and all that.
Mhm.
But I thought it'd be funny because his main ability, as his name, he's able to detach his body parts and he's still able to control them, of course, from a distance. They're just
Right.
detached. So
Okay.
I just thought it'd be funny if you can just throw your arms out and then you can just have them fight for you, and you can just kind of stay in the back.
Yep.
So
Okay.
he could be kind of like a zone-ish fighter. He'd be a little unique because you'd have to
Right.
call back your arms, and that could be like a kind of like a, I don't know, like a risk, because you could probably get damaged by the other character hitting the arms.
Right.
And the next character I thought would be interesting because it would just be unique. The Green Lantern. That's the Green Lantern Daffy Duck.
Oh, okay.
He's technically in the DC universe. He's in the
Yeah.
Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah. I remember they had a whole bunch of different characters in the Green Lantern comic book series. So yeah.
I thought that would be funny, especially now with the Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Duck versus Duck.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Cool. All
So,
right.
who would you have for your Marvel side?
Marvel, I had Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I
So,
do like Yondu.
so you can have him punching, kicking, fighting,
Using the
using
arrow, of
weapons,
course.
but then also using the arrow and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be
So
cool.
that'd be kind of he'd be kind of a
It
good
would
fighter, I
it'd
think.
be really cool if you do like a button input and he does the whistle and
Hmm.
but when you move the left stick, he stands perfectly still, but he moves the arrow and the direction you move the arrow in, heightens or deepens his whistle.
Right. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. My dog's going crazy. If you can hear him behind me, hopefully not.
Oh yeah, he's been no,
He's
he's been going on for a while.
he's whining. It's bedtime. Winter Soldier is another one. Winter Soldier would be, I think, a fun character too, just with all his strength and abilities and weapons and stuff like that.
Winter
I think that
Soldier
would
would
be.
be pretty cool.
And then my last one for Marvel would be Namor or Submariner, whatever
Oh,
you
that's
want
the
to,
guy from
whichever.
Thor, isn't he? Isn't
Yeah,
he like the God
he
Killer
was
or
in
something
the.
like that?
He was just recently in the new Black Panther movie.
I didn't watch that one.
So yeah, Namor is kind of like one of those
Is he
weird
new to
characters.
Marvel or has he always
No, no, oh
existed?
my God, no, he's been around for a long, long time. Yeah, they even had a cartoon series of him in the '60s.
Oh,
Um,
hmm.
but yeah, Namor or Submariner, whichever. He kind of goes by both names, and he's like really strong, and he'd be a good fight for Aquaman. But he can actually fly too, which is kind of I always thought was kind of
Hmm.
weird. Like he's a sub, lives in the sea, but yeah, he can just fly out of the ocean and fly around like Superman. So I was like, okay, what the heck? But yeah, so those are my three.
My three, you're gonna notice a trend of animals.
Okay,
So I figured to go for something different. The first one I have is Hitmonkey. I
Hit
figured,
Monkey.
yeah, I figured he'd be a cool character. He's a hitman, but he's a monkey. He carries a samurai sword. He has sunglasses, a suit, and a cigar. Yeah,
Okay.
he actually did have a show on Hulu not too long ago,
Okay.
and that was a very good show. I like that show a lot. But
Okay.
he's an overall cool character. He doesn't speak, but he does have a ghost human companion that follows him and talks to him.
Hmm.
So he's
Okay.
not technically alone.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that's one of them. My next
Okay.
character is I like the idea of Fing Fang Foom, and
Mhm.
you already heard my animal idea for Beast Boy, so I'm going into it again. Devil Dinosaur. I figure a dinosaur would just be cool to play as, and if it's a T-Rex, that's a devil. That's even cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can
I
see
don't.
him.
What's Devil Dinosaur from?
Devil Dinosaur.
That's it. Okay.
There is a show out for it now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more aimed for like little kids.
Hmm.
So it's like, and it's not like Devil Dinosaur on its own. Usually, it's weird with Devil Dinosaur.
Okay.
Like sometimes you see it working with other people, sometimes it's on its own. It's good, bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like whatever it feels. I mean, it's a dinosaur, but it does
Mhm.
have the capability of like human thought. So
Right.
it's not stupid. It's a very smart dinosaur.
Okay.
So that would be cool to see in the game.
Okay.
And my third technicality animal is Doc Ock.
Hmm.
I figured he'd be
Yeah.
really cool to play as with his tentacles and just
Yeah.
whacking you
Yeah.
around and grabbing you.
Yeah.
He'd be a
Exactly.
very grapple heavy character.
Yeah. Definitely. Yep.
And I feel like he'd have a lot of mobility since he has all those tentacles.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, those are my three.
Nice.
So now we move on to the stages.
Yeah.
So
What
do
do
you
you want
want
to
to?
just give all our stages for the Marvel characters and then the
Yeah, we
DC
can
ones?
just go down this list like we just did. Yeah.
Okay. I have like a gamma radiation plant that could be used for like Abomination and Hulk and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And the X-Men school, used for Beast,
Yeah.
Nightcrawler, that type of stuff.
I
You could
actually
use
have
like
that
the
as I have a stage like that too. It's just called the
yeah,
X Mansion.
Yeah, or it could be the training room that they have there. You know,
Yeah.
obviously New York City, where like most of these characters seem to come from.
Mm.
You know, make it make it something that could be, certain things could be picked up or destroyed, like cars or
Oh, that would be fun.
lampposts and that type of stuff. You make it,
Throwing a
you know,
civilian.
yes, trucks,
Hey, he
sub
was jaywalking. I mean,
subway or something like that. Yeah, um, subway train. I think hell, the air, hell in general would be fun because you got like Ghost Rider, you got the demon, you
oh
got
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
some others, so you could make it like a little bit of a fun
Hey, maybe
area.
Spawn can make a cameo.
Yep, yep,
Or Hellboy,
uh,
that matter.
right, yeah. Let's see. Jungle was another one because I had Craven the Hunter, so
Mm.
jungle would be a cool place to go. That probably fall into a couple other characters as well. A vampire lair for like Blade.
Yep.
So that way, maybe you have bats flying around. Maybe you have other vampires that like suddenly come in and attack you
Yeah,
too, or
maybe
something like.
Morbius can just show up and attack.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Asgard, having Asgard as a fighting scene. I think maybe
I al
that
I
long,
also yeah. I also have Asgard as a fighting stage.
yeah. So maybe that long walkway to the portal,
Yeah, the
or
Rainbow
that,
Bridge.
yeah, or that portal room or something like that, or maybe even just inside, the Odin's castle there.
Mm.
Some of the rooms in there might be kind of fun. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that was it for. And I had like the ocean, fighting like under the ocean because they had like
Uh-huh.
Namor and stuff like that. But I think that would work out well also with Aquaman too, because then he could like call.
Yeah,
That's
that
where
would
I'm
be
saying it
pretty cool.
could kind of neat. So
I don't know,
okay,
you could find the Aquadome or something.
yeah, exactly. So
Uh,
what do you have for other?
so wait, did you go through all of them? Like both Marvel
Yeah,
and
that's
DC?
no,
Wait,
no, that was just Marvel.
okay. Okay, you confused me when you started talking about Aquaman for a second.
Oh yeah, no, no.
Okay. So my Marvel, I've had a Daily Bugle. I was thinking maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can fight on top of it and J. Jonah Jameson can just comment on the
Yeah.
fighters in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that'd be funny.
Yep.
Talk about how they're menaces on the building.
Right. Yep.
Stark Labs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You got if you have Iron Man, you might as well have a room with all of his armor set up and some
Mm-hmm.
computers going on in the background.
Right.
Maybe press a terminal and a rocket will be propelled at you.
Mm-hmm.
We already mentioned the Asgard, of course, and the X Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I also have the Bar with No Name. I thought that was a pretty cool pick because that's where all the Spider-Man villains hang out.
Oh, okay.
So I figured it'd be cool to fight not only in a bar, but where you could see a bunch of cameos of other villains from Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be pretty cool. Maybe they can, I don't know, interact with you. Maybe you can hit the opponent into a guy and he'll do something.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And the last one, space, just fighting on like an asteroid or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or something cool like that. Because Marvel always tends to go to space.
Yes. Right. Yeah. All right. So for DC, Gotham, obviously, because we got a lot of different characters
Oh yeah.
from that world. So swamp area for like Swamp Thing and Man Thing and some of the other characters. I think maybe they could pick up an alligator, throw it
Mm.
at somebody, or use the
That
alligator as a
actually was a
weapon.
thing in Injustice.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Um, Krypton, or the planet Krypton
Oh,
for
that would be pretty cool.
you know.
Can there be a
Um,
thing where if the time runs out, the planet explodes?
yeah, the whole planet explodes. Both characters die. Yeah, yeah, could be. I For the demon, another place I thought was would be cool would be Camelot because he does. I guess at one point he's in that world, so I thought, oh, it'd be kind of
Oh
neat.
yeah.
him fighting and others fighting in Camelot. You could have like guys running around. You could have guys fighting in the background with swords and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
Atlantis, use that as a fighting area. The island there where Wonder Woman comes from, it's an Amazonian island.
Themyscira?
Yeah, have that. Have Antarctica for where the Captain Cold and stuff.
You can see some penguins in the background.
Yeah.
Polar bear comes up and mauls you now and then.
Yeah. And then I have for Clayface, I thought pottery, like a pottery place.
So that'd be pretty cool.
So he can actually, interact with maybe some of the stuff, and maybe like there's a spinning wheel with clay constantly spinning on it, and maybe
you throw clay at your opponent.
Yeah, maybe he just like uses that as a bonus type of action type thing where he, if he uses his arm, he can make all of a sudden something different as a weapon.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's what I had for locations.
My DC ones aren't really as interesting as yours, but I do have I have the Bat Cave, of course, the Fortress of Solitude, Superman's Home, if you didn't know. I just put Gotham Streets because it'd just be fun to fight in the middle of the road.
Right.
Star Labs, because I thought if you want to have Star Labs, it'd be interesting to have both labs.
Yeah.
I feel like if this was a story scenario, I feel like both labs would be working on something. Joker's Playground, because you got to have a creepy area for Joker.
Right.
And this one I thought would be cool. The Phantom Zone.
Oh, okay.
Fighting where you can see villains like in a Phantom Zone form. I don't know what you want to call it. When they're trapped in the glass and they're just floating off into existence.
Right. Yeah.
You can see them just pass by as you're fighting, floating away.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought that'd be cool. But
I like them.
So that's those are our DC and Marvel stages. Now on to the finale, the DC and Marvel DLC stages, which is only 2 each.
Okay.
Since I went last, you want to go first?
Okay.
You're choosing.
I'm sorry. Are we doing Marvel first?
Up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Marvel first here. I'm trying to make sure I get all my characters here. Winter Soldier, since I had him as a character, I figure someplace in Russia or something like that, since that's where he ended up being for most of his time. Or it could be maybe 1940s Europe. Since he was from
that'd be pretty cool.
So I think maybe 1940s Europe would be kind of neat. You can see like guys just maybe almost like a Street Fighter type background where guys are dressed in like army uniforms and they're all sitting on tanks or trucks and just watching the fight happen in front of them.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and then for Drax, I thought maybe his home planet. So
that'd be pretty neat.
His home planet that was pretty much wiped out and stuff. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. They could create something because you didn't really. I mean, they talk about it a little bit, but you don't really see it. So it'd be kind of neat. They could kind of be creative with it. And you could have like a whole bunch of other people that look like him and stuff cheering him on or cheering somebody on. Again, almost like watching a fight. Maybe there's like a stadium or something like that you're fighting in or something, or some kind of arena or ring or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah. So those are my two for Marvel.
My two for Marvel are the Raft. That's pretty much their prison for all the inmates and all the villains. I thought it'd be cool just to fight there and see every villain. I know we have I have a couple of stages that kind of do the same thing, but it's cool to fight a prison.
Yeah.
But my second one, I figured I'd try something different. I call it the Marvel Comics realm, and it pretty much you fight on a comic strip.
Oh, there you
And
go.
the graphics are all like comic based. So your character's outfit would be like to the aesthetic of a comic. And when you
Mhm.
punch the other characters, it makes like the sound effects
Yep.
on the screen pop up. And you can see in the background different characters that aren't in the game,
Mhm.
but they're all dressed up in their original comic outfits.
Right.
And they're also have the aesthetic and they're just hanging out in the background watching you guys fight.
All right. That's cool.
What do you have for your DC?
So for DC, I have one that's similar to your comic book, but comic book store. So like they could be fighting. They could like the stage could begin with the characters popping up out of the comic itself, and then like just a few. It could be like just a handful of NPC characters like suddenly shocked and then watching this fight take place in a comic book store. And it could be that everything just gets kind of ruined and they're smashing stuff. But I mean, it'd be kind of neat to see the characters popping out of the comic or something like that. And they could show like maybe they have the actual cover of a comic, and that's where that's what starts first, and the character pops out of the cover or something like that.
That'd be pretty
started.
cool.
And then my other one is oops, hold on a second. I just lost my spot there. Where was I going with that? Oh, a toy store.
Oh, that'd be pretty neat.
So, since a lot of these were, toys as well, why not put, everything into like a toy store? It could be like just a generic toy store. Or they could do something like hey, Toys R Us isn't around anymore, but maybe they could do like, Toys R Us, something like that, a spin on that or something like that, where you're fighting in a toy store environment. So yeah,
that would be pretty cool. My two DCs are very similar to my two Marvel ones. The first one I have is Arkham Asylum, because why not do the same thing?
Right. Yeah.
Have enemies from DC in the background egging you on, or you can toss the character into it and have them do something, And then my second one, instead of the Marvel Comics realm, it's the Detective Comics zone. And that's pretty much the same aesthetic as the Marvel realm. But the only difference being is that I would say it'd be a little darker, a little gloomier, because that's what kind of DC DC is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I find DC a little more darker in terms of tone in comics and look.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I feel like the characters would be a little darker looking. Not like edgy, but like it would just have a little tint of some kind.
Yeah.
To make it more like a comic from it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I think the characters are, I think the comics are a lot of times. Yeah, definitely.
So those are my two. And I think that's everything.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, we covered everything. A long episode, but I mean, yeah, we got through them all. That's pretty good. Yeah. And it's pretty cool that we had some duplicates, but we had a lot of different ones, so that was neat. Yeah,
for sure.
And now we just need somebody to come up and make this game, but that'll never happen. But maybe who knows? Maybe someday something will happen, but it's highly unlikely.
I feel like if anybody could do it, I feel like NetherRealm Studios can.
Okay.
I feel like the creators of Mortal Kombat can do it justice.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, they're too busy making Mortal Kombat, a new one, so.
I can't blame them. I'm excited.
Yeah, which is coming out. That's going to have some superhero characters in it too. So, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see when that comes out in September. Okay. All right. Well,
next episode, we're what are we doing next episode? Are we just
I think we're gonna try to finish off Redfall.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk a little bit about that. We're getting pretty close to finishing that, so we'll do a podcast on that and discuss the game. Yeah, it got a lot of lousy reviews early on.
It's a game, to say the least.
Yeah. There's some things about it that, yeah, are awful. And
You'll know
but,
all about it when we get to the episode.
yeah, but we'll tell you all about it. We've been playing it and just had some.
We'll definitely have things to say.
Yeah, we'll definitely have things to say about it. So, good and bad. So, all right,
but all right,
cool.
folks.
So, thank you for listening, folks. Yep, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.
Game over.
Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you enjoyed the episode. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and if you go on our website with the same name, you can also find us on all the other kinds of stuff you can listen to us to. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Stay destructible, and peace.